Late? Me? Never. I'm not late. I'm exactly on time. Hello, Blanket. How are you? How is your Monday? Wow, it really is Monday. I don't know, it felt like today's Monday had like Tuesday vibes. I don't know how to explain it, but it felt more like a Tuesday than a Monday. I'm good today. How was your weekend? Pretty good. Pretty eventful. Well, I don't know if eventful is the right word. I was pretty busy. Saturday we went to see this like house. Like it was like this historic house that one of our friends got us tickets for. So Kai and I went to see that and there were lots of flowers, which is really cool, except I have really bad seasonal allergies. As you may know from the number of times I post that same animation with the spring allergies. But yeah, it was okay for a little bit, or for like the first like half of it. And the second half I still enjoyed it, but I got really sneezy towards the end. I took like 24-hour allergy medicine, maybe like an hour before we got there, so that was like 11 a.m. I took some allergy medicine, and then by around 1:30, I started sneezing. And it wasn't too bad at first. I was like, okay, this might be normal. Like just kind of, occasional sneezing. And then by like 3 o'clock, we had kind of gone around and seen everything, saw all the flowers and the vegetables and stuff. And also, I realized the BGM's muted. But we saw everything, kind of went to the gift shop, and then I was sneezing a lot in the gift shop, except there's like lots of people and lots of stuff that I don't want to sneeze on. So I was like fully just burying my face into my arm to sneeze. And then yeah, but it was cool anyways. Lots of pretty flowers, took lots of pictures. Maybe I'll show them one of these days. But yeah, and then yesterday hung out a little bit with my parents, and then that was kind of it. Oh, and got some dinner with friends. That was also fun. But yeah, hope your weekend was also good. Yeah, it's always good to catch up and stuff. It feels kind of weird because it's like we're like a little more than halfway into April, but it feels like all the stuff that's coming up in May is like already right there. Because like May is when both of my sisters are graduating. And so we have this whole marathon of like traveling all over the place. And my parents are already talking and planning that weekend and stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that really is around the corner. Yeah, but anyways, for today, we're gonna continue slash start this Gura drawing I started when she made her graduation announcement. Um, I had like a really rough sketch toward prepared before, and then I kind of cleaned it up at the end of last stream. So that's kind of where we're going from here. Do you celebrate Easter? Not exactly. When we were younger, we used to do like an Easter egg hunt with like all our family and friends and stuff, but my family, or most of my family, has never been like super huge on Easter. Like we got together and stuff sometimes, but it's never been like a big thing for us. Which is interesting because the house where I grew up was actually across the street from a church. That's where my parents still live, actually. So when we went to go visit them, I forgot that like Easter Mass is a thing. So we showed up and there was no parking on our street, which on most days is not the case. Most of the time it's really empty, except for like Sunday mornings. But then we were like, oh, it's Easter, so it's gonna be like especially crowded. Um, but yeah, it's always cool to see like all the kids over there do their Easter egg hunt too and stuff. So yeah, cool stuff. Yeah, do you celebrate Easter? I don't know what people typically do for Easter other than like um Easter egg hunts and like church. Like is there other like traditions that people typically have for Easter? My family celebrates Easter every year. Cool. What do you guys do? Do you guys just like have a meal and stuff and get together, or like is there anything specific that you guys like to do? Did my model break? Hello? Hello? Oh, there we go. Weird. We do Easter brunch and then egg hunt and then Easter dinner. Ooh, that sounds fun. What's your favorite like Easter like meal food, I guess? Let's see. Yeah, on this Gura thing, I was gonna just make it a drawing, but I'm thinking of making it kind of animated. Like all these red bits will kind of move and sway and stuff. Nothing like too crazy, but that would be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember like the last time my family like really celebrated Easter, if that makes sense. Like, cause we used to, but I don't know. I think the only big thing that was kind of like a staple in our Easter celebration was the egg hunt, at least from what I remembered. And maybe that's all I remember because I was little, and that's kind of like the fun part for me. Egg hunt is either chill or chaos. Easter dinner because ham, and more ham. Yeah, ham is good. Now let me turn the light on in here. I feel like that might be why my thingy-mabobbers acting up. Lights. Okay. Yeah, I have one cousin who's like super competitive. You know what? I think my model's just not gonna work today, and that's okay. If it decides to work, it'll work, and if not, then I feel like it might be weird because literally a minute before, let's see, connect. It says it's connected. Oh, yeah, it's just taking its time, I guess. Like a minute before I started stream, Cassie jumped onto my PC and turned it off, which she's been doing lately. She jumps onto my PC case and like sits right on the power button. So I'll be mid workday and then she'll turn on my computer and I'm like, no, Cassie, I don't need that right now. This year my mom put 8 gift card eggs. Ooh, that's always nice to have like a grand prize egg. One of my older cousins has always been like super competitive. So when we were little and we would do the egg hunt, you know, she would get probably a little bit too into it, and then yeah, like she had a little sister who was like significantly younger than her. Like how old is she? She's 18. Yeah, so she's like somewhere around like 12 to 15 years. Like she was a teenager when her little sister was born, I'm pretty sure, or like at least a preteen. And there's a video of her taking eggs out of her sister's Easter egg basket during the egg hunt. So they started having to implement a rule or like a system where the older kids do a separate egg hunt from the younger kids. Or like early on, before we even did that, we're like, okay, the younger age group gets to go first and get their eggs, and then the next age group, and you work your way up until the oldest kids go like a few minutes after everyone else has started. Yeah. This year I snagged McDonald's, Subway, Target, and Wendy's, but traded my little brother for his Amazon gift card. Ooh. Yeah, Amazon's nice because then you can get like all sorts of stuff. Like there's a lot more variety. That sounds really fun. I feel like the problem we used to have with egg hunts was like there would always be like a few eggs that were hidden just way too well. And so then like we would spend the rest of the year just finding random eggs in our backyard. Like we'd have a birthday party or something, or I would have friends over and they'd be like, why is there an Easter egg just randomly under the porch? And then we were like, oh, that was probably from Easter. And it just never got picked up. Yeah, which was mostly a problem if there was candy left in the egg, like chocolate or something, and then it's like, okay, that's probably not good anymore if it's been in the backyard for months. I already spent my Amazon gift card on a single game. Ooh, what game? Yeah, I feel like I have a problem with gift cards where I'm like, oh, this is like very valuable. I should save it for like something really cool or specific or something, and then I just forget about it. Hold on, I feel like I need to... I think I need a reference for Gura's hair. Not that... I just want to make sure I'm accurate with this. Let me... Be at Beast, hello, how are you? I should have saved some references earlier, but that's okay. Hi, Junior, welcome in. How are you guys? I brought Dragon Dogma 2 because it was $30. Ooh, I see. I see. I'm glad you got the Amazon gift card then. Let me save this really quick. Oh, the sniffles are coming. I need to sneeze. I hope it actually comes out this time, because earlier I had to sneeze and then Kai said bless you too early and then the feeling went away. Except now I feel like I'm talking too much and now the feeling's going away again. Long time no see. I know, right? It feels like it's been forever. Okay, let me unhide this. Alright, there's Goob. Yeah. I know, time flies. I was saying, it feels like it's Tuesday. It feels like it actually has been a long time, but you were over here like yesterday. Also, my model keeps breaking. I think it's just a broken day today. Maybe I'll switch to the PNG today. I don't know why it's so laggy today. It was fine earlier, but I like my computer ended up restarted at the last minute. Not by my own will, but because of the cat. Which happens, it happens, but yeah. I'm good. How's Sammy and Viet and Blanket and anyone else here? Yeah. Hope everyone's doing well. How was your guys' weekend? We were talking about like Easter traditions, because my family doesn't really celebrate Easter a whole lot, but we used to do a lot of egg hunts and stuff when we were kids. And then I spent $8 on my Subway gift card, but I hated the walk because it was cold. Ooh, yeah. It's actually starting to warm up where I am, which is pretty nice. Except that also means we have to start running the AC more regularly, which, yeah, is not so fun for the electricity bill, but it's worth it to not, like, melt. Especially because we have a cat, and we don't want kitty cat to be too hot. Yeah. Yeah, Cassie was kind of acting up today. She, like, I don't know, she, like, spazzed out randomly and started freaking out and, like, tore the heck up out of my hand. So my left hand is like band-aids all over because yeah, it's all scratched up and stuff. I don't know what it was, but like she was just super frazzled. You know what's been occupying my time / notifications though is that freaking Twitter post that I made as like a hee hee ha ha, and then it kind of blew up and I'm like, oh my gosh, why are my notifications like going crazy? I was really surprised to see a lot of like names that I recognize in the notifications too. I was like, hold up, you're not supposed to know I exist. I kind of want to play Super Auto Pets right now while watching Sammy Doodle Doodle and Draw. Ooh, that sounds fun. You should. I feel like I know so many people in like the Super Auto Pets like community, but I still like I mostly lurk in their chats, and like I would like Eggy had her whole Super Auto Pets tournament, but I still don't really know how the game works. Like I feel like I get the idea, but I've never like paid attention enough to like be like, oh yeah, I know exactly how this game works and I know like all about it. Like yeah, but it does make like there's so many people who play the game that I'm like, maybe I should give it a try one of these days. One day, maybe. It seems like there's a lot of like skills and whatnot involved in it, like strategies and such. Popular do? Not really. I think it was just like so I kind of posted it as like a little funny thing, and most people took it that same way too, but there are still some people who are like actually getting kind of like mad about it, or like not mad, but like some people are like, oh my gosh, there's such an easy solution. Like so the premise of the meme was like oh, like artists and commissioners both tend to be under the impression that the other person should post commissioned art first, and so they sit there waiting and they're like, oh, I'll post it after, like someone who commissions art is like, oh, I'll post it after the artist posts it. but then the artist is like, oh, I'll post it after the commissioner posts it, and then it just never gets posted. Hello, Lee, how are you? Rivals got me tweaking out hard like insanity. Oh no, I hope it goes well. How's it going? Pretty good. I'm just talking about how like I made a little hee hee ha ha on Twitter, just kind of like an art commission like meme based on someone else's tweet. And some people like agreed that it was funny, and then like other people were like opening up really like interesting discussions about it. But some people were like, oh my gosh, how come you don't communicate with your like the people who work with on commissions and stuff and whatever, which I feel like isn't necessarily the case. I feel like the gist of it was like, oh, you kind of assume that you're respecting the other person, but the other person also makes the same assumption, and then you get kind of stuck in this loophole. And the majority of like the discussions coming out of it have been really informative, because then it's like, as an artist, when someone commissions me, usually I think it's different for me too, because most of the commissions I've done have had like a purpose. Like it's either for someone's shop or someone's stream. Like I've done a lot of emotes and stream assets. And in those cases, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense for the person who commissioned me to post it first, and then I post it afterwards, right? Or like I repost it or something. But then there's a lot of people who commission art, and they're like, oh, I was gonna wait for the artist to post it, but then they never posted it, so I thought maybe like they didn't like it that much or something. And then like, I don't know, it's just a whole cycle of everyone being really shy about posting the art that either they commission or that other people commission from them. So I think it just comes down to like, I don't know, being like, just kind of asking like, oh, is it okay if I post it and stuff? Which I don't think is a bad thing, but some people are like weirdly offended by it. They're like, oh my gosh, like this has such an easy solution. Like if you guys just talk to each other, then there's no problem. But like, I don't know. I think people are just shy, and that's okay. And then on the other hand, there's also people who are like, oh, obviously the artist should post it first, and then you should respect the artist by waiting for them to post it first. But then I also see artists like myself who are like, oh, well, they paid for the art, so it's their art, so I should be respectful to the commissioner and let them post it first. And then I don't know. And I feel like there's a respectful way to have that conversation, but some of the people in like the comments and the quotes are like, oh, you guys are so rude for even thinking that. But I'm like, I don't think it's a bad thing to think, because clearly, if this has shown anything, it's that a lot of people, I don't know, they're just, everyone has a different like conception of like the situation. There's such an easy solution to that though. Social anxiety and shyness, telling both people to not post it. That's kind of what it sounds like though. It's like the number of people in the comments who have been like, oh, this whole time I just like, now like looking back, I wish I had asked, because I just thought the artist didn't like it, so they never posted the commission that they did for me, or like vice versa. Like I thought the person who commissioned me didn't like the product, so they never posted it. So then it just kind of gets stuck in limbo. But I'm hoping that that's kind of what comes out of this, is people are more willing to have that conversation and reach out and ask, because it sounds like there's a lot of art that otherwise would have been posted if it weren't for that like misconception or miscommunication. And I think the idea of having more art to look at on the internet is cool. Also scary because of the whole AI art thing, but like, I don't know, it sounds like there's a lot of things that people want to share and are too shy to for one reason or another. So maybe this will mean that people will be more willing to just be like, hey, is it okay if I post this? Or like just outright tell people like, oh, it's okay if you post it. But yeah, I didn't expect 20-something thousand people to resonate with that though. But it works for me. Like I literally drew that. I saw the tweet and I was getting ready to leave for the day. Literally in the middle of getting dressed, Kai's getting out of the shower. I did that whole thing standing up next to the bed, half dressed, and then posted it within the same like 5 minutes. And the next thing I know, I'm like, oh my gosh, my phone's overheating. It wasn't as bad as when that TikTok of mine blew up, like back in, what, 2021, but it was still a lot of attention. Like, I was surprised at the number of names that I recognized in my notifications. Like, not exactly like mutuals, but like people that I follow or have seen on Twitter and stuff. I'm like, whoa, I know your name, but what are you doing here? Actually, I went into a streamer's chat earlier, and it's someone that I have not been following for very long. Like, I think I've literally only been in like two or three of her streams at this point. And both times I was like mostly lurking because she does like really long art streams. And I said hi, and the first thing she says was, "Oh, I saw you on Twitter." And I was like, why are you perceiving me? Why do you recognize me? Like, recognizing the meme is one thing, but I was like, I just showed up in your chat. How do you know who I am? Sammy exploded. Yeah, base. That's what it felt like. It felt like I exploded, but like in a scary way. Like, I don't know. I'm like, I kind of want to just go back to my corner. Yeah, it's cool though. It is cool, but it's scary. It's scary feeling like so many people are like putting a lot of thought into something that you gave very little thought to. Because I'm, like I said, I did that in like a minute. But like, it makes me worried. Like, what if one day I do something like that and then there's like something much deeper to it and people like actually get upset? Like, some people, I wouldn't say they got upset, but they got very passionate about the topic of that, like, little, I don't know if you would call it like a 2-panel comic. It's not even a comic. It was just a hee hee ha ha. That's the best way I can describe it. But like, imagine it turned out to be like a sensitive topic or something, and like people get mad over it. Because I feel like that's a common thing on the internet, is like people take one thing you say and they take it to the extreme. We're perceiving Scuffy Doo right now. Yeah, I'm too perceived. I'm not here. Don't look. I'll close my eyes. If I can't see you, you can't see me, right? I can draw with my eyes closed, I think. Let me just open one eye really quick. I'll draw with one eye. Shy Scuffy Doo. Anyways. But yeah, the internet's a scary place. I heard Kai got upset with you because you exploded on Twitter while he crashed and exploded on some random planets. Yeah, probably. I don't know what planet he landed on recently, but I heard it landed him a job on American Truck Driving Sim. And that involved quite a bit of crashing. Yeah, we had some friends over and they were trying out American Truck Driving Simulator. There was definitely a lot of crashing involved in that. You should play American Truck Simulator. I'm an incredibly like nervous driver to begin with, but I think because of that, it probably would be pretty funny to watch me play that. I was talking about that with Kai. I was like, we could do a American Truck Driving Sim, and you could be my passenger princess. Imagine all the clips. Oh yeah, there would be so many. And by clips, I mean me clipping into other things, clipping into other cars, and clipping into utility poles and such. I think I'll run the idea. I'll run it by Kai and see if he wants to be in the truck as I American truck drive. It's funny because that's the kind of thing that his dad like actually does. Like, he drives a big old truck. So he's kind of exposed to that, like, I guess, line of work IRL. But yeah, I think that would be a funny one. it's hard to shop at Target. I feel like the thing that makes shopping at Target hard is there's so many things to get distracted by. Like, I feel like when Kai and I go to Target, it's like we always, no matter what we're looking for, end up looking at like the games and the Legos and Beyblades and stuff. it's like Costco, but like on a smaller scale. Like there's always stuff to be distracted by, or be like, maybe I do want to look at this, or maybe I do need this or that. None of the games have drive-by pickup. Ah, I see. I mean, it's nice to walk through Target too, though. I feel like a lot of like Target's like a weirdly fun like date for introverts, I think, or like kind of like low-key date. I call it a date, but I feel like I didn't realize how common it was, but I feel like I see people post about like, oh yeah, just hanging out at Target with my significant other, or like, you know, stuff like that. Price business, but online only deals. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. It's tough when the deals only apply to online stuff, but then like they don't have anything worth it. But yeah, I kind of enjoy just walking around Target. Oh no, I have hiccups. Why does this always happen? Probably because I keep streaming right after dinner. Although I gave it a decent amount of time this time between finishing dinner and streaming. We had chicken sandwiches, which was very yummy. Yeah, except now I've got hiccups. Hello, how are you? Hi, Bacon, how are you? Hiccupy doo? Yeah, pretty much. That's me, hiccupy doo right now. I'm good, how are you? I was talking about how, like, what were we talking about before this? We were talking about hanging out at Target, and then before that we were talking about how my Twitter post accidentally blew up, and yeah, people are having big old discussions about like, I guess the usage of commissioned art. Not in like a bad way, just more like who should post first. Because I made a little meme about how like, oh, there's like you kind of end up in this endless loop of just waiting on each other. Like the artist waits for the commissioner to post the art first, and the commissioner waits for the artist, and then it just never gets posted. Also, my model is like super broken today, so we're yeah, I don't know. It's just being weird today. Maybe I should just restart YouTube Studio. Here, I'm gonna disappear for a second. Bow. Okay, let me. I'm invisible. It's my superpower. I'm good as well. Gura. Yeah, it is Gura. I'm like a voice coming from nowhere right now. Where's this voice coming from? I don't know. Boo. Oh, now it's even more broken. Hello? Hello, hello? Let's see. Here, let's turn this off really quick. Just troubleshooting. Nintendo's greedy. Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu only $10 off. Blame the tariffs. When in doubt, blame the tariffs. Let's see. Start. Okay, connect, please. Dun, dun, dun. Hello? Hello, hello? Oh, no. Ooh. Big Xiaomi? No. Let's see. Connect. Poor favor. What does this do? matches. The number matches. Okay. Could not connect. Okay, whatever. We'll switch to PNG today. If I can find that. I swear I'll find it. This is a very, we were zoomed in on her butt. Let's see, where's my... There we are. Whoa, I'm kind of big. Sammy reactive. Here, let me scooch this up in front of stuff. Here we are. Back to old Sammy. We get PNG Sammy. Yeah. Or I guess GIF Sammy. Do you guys say GIF or GIF? I say GIF. It just feels smoother. I know Kai doesn't agree, but okay. Yeah, let's just keep going. We're going PNG mode today. Maybe I should restart drama. It's okay. I'm not gonna bother. Maybe we'll take a break later and then I'll try to troubleshoot. Okay, nice poofy sleeves. She got big sleeves. Do you guys see her new music video? I feel like it was very, very powerful, very, very deep. Both in the symbolic way and in the sense that she was deep in the ocean. PNG do, yeah. Just like at the beginning. When Scuffy Doo is scuffy enough, we go back to the PNG, I guess. Okay, let's see that. Probably do this too. Okay, under here we've got her tail. You know what else I heard about was the Sakura-con Cheesecake Factory fire. There was someone I used to dance with like way back in the day who apparently was there. And I guess she was kind of surprised that I knew about it, and I was like, yeah, I feel like I was hearing all about it, because Artist Alley got evacuated. I think it might have been like even before some of the artists showed up for the day, but all the booths were set up from the day before, so everyone was worried about like their stuff getting smoke damaged and stuff. But luckily it sounds like everything was okay, and I think they made up for it by having Artist Alley open much later than they intended, so that was cool. I hope it didn't have too many like terrible repercussions. Sammy, what's your thoughts on the USS United States being sunk into an artificial reef of the coast of Florida? What's happening? The SS United States being... Oh, I know that tends... not like... That's not the first time they've tried to do something like that, right? If it's what I'm thinking of, I feel like that's not a very good thing for the environment. The SS United States was a historical ship. Fast ocean liner. Is that how they're trying to like dispose of it? Is just sink it to the bottom of the ocean? Because that sounds not very cool for like both historic reasons and for pollution reasons. Yeah, I actually grew up pretty close to a different, like, SS other ship. I don't think I should say exactly what it was, but yeah. But like, I'm on the other coast, so... which might give it away. I'm actually not knowledgeable about this kind of stuff, but yeah, that one, the one near where I grew up, maybe I shouldn't say it. Sammy, what's your thoughts on California being sunk into the ocean and then becoming Atlantis, and every person who lives in California goes with it and becomes mermaids? You know what's so funny is, again, without saying the exact location of where I grew up, even though, like, I'm sure you could, like, it's, I've never been super secretive about the fact that I live in the Bay Area. So if you live in the Bay Area, you probably have a general idea of some of the places that I might have grown up. But I will say that my specific community has always joked about how when we grow up, like everyone in our high school was like, by the time we're adults, there's a decent chance. Or like by the time, let me rephrase, within our lifetime, it is very likely that my hometown will become Atlantis and like be underwater. So that is actually legitimately a like half joke that a lot of my peers had, which is kind of scary to think about, but I think like we kind of became desensitized to it because like, yeah, I grew up right by the water on the West Coast, so yeah. Sam Atlantis, basically, yeah. We would joke in like high school and middle school, like one day all of this will be Atlantis, and we can say we grew up in Atlantis. It's a common practice for some ships to get that treatment. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think it's very cool, but like, yeah, I don't know. I think that kind of sucks. Like, there has to be other, like, I know some like SS like ships, like US ships have been turned into like museums and stuff, and I feel like that's a better use of like old ships like that. Like the USS Hornet, I know they have like an anime convention on that on that now and then, but like they do like birthday parties and stuff. Like they host events and do like overnight like quote unquote sleepovers and stuff, and then they have like a whole bunch of historic like just stuff in it, and I feel like that's a better way to preserve that or like use it. And then it also kind of like in that case when you're like allowing people to reserve it for birthday parties and events and stuff, like it kind of pays for itself in a way to like as far as like upkeeping it and stuff. Philadelphia unironically exists. Yeah, but like, yeah, I don't know. Global warming's kind of scary because like there's so many places, like not just where I live, but like there's just a lot of places that are like, yeah, we're probably gonna be underwater within the next like century, probably even less than that, maybe even like 50 years. Like I feel like California is one earthquake away from a lot of like small towns and cities getting kind of drowned. Which is one of the many reasons why people like my age aren't trying to buy homes very close to where we grew up. That and the fact that it's like expensive as frick. But yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, some states are technically not states apparently. Like what states? Like what do you mean by not states? Ever since I was a kid, my dream was to take a submarine down to the Titanic. I've always been interested in like Titanic related stuff. Like I know there was like a documentary thing like that was airing I think a few weeks ago, but I didn't end up watching it. I don't know if I would want to go in a submarine to see it, but I think it's cool that they can send cameras and stuff down to like see what's going on there. I used to have like a little Titanic fact book. Titanic fact book. I don't know why that felt kind of tongue twistery. That I read in like elementary school, and I just kept that on my shelf and pulled it open sometimes. I like the Lego Titanic. The Lego Titanic, I think, that one's the one with like one of the sets with the most pieces, right? My uncle actually built that one. Actually, I think two of my uncles might have. At least one of them did. And I remember, um, was it? I was gonna say I thought he posted it on Facebook, but he doesn't have a Facebook. But maybe my aunt posted for him. And then my other uncle, I feel like he also made one because I think I can picture where it is in his house. But yeah, I heard Sammy's making a submarine to go down to the Titanic. I'm kind of scared of going down into the deep sea. That's scary to me. With parts of the with parts out of the hardware store. Yeah, I'm not that I'm not really all that handy with anything really, but anything mechanical. I don't think I would trust anything built by me to withstand deep ocean pressures and such. I used to draw boats all the time. When you ask me to draw something, I always draw boats. Oh yeah, that actually reminds me of a art like project thing where I think we were supposed to draw something in class, and we had all these like pictures, like these line pictures to use as references, and I drew a boat with a lot of windows. I don't remember, like, it was just a cartoon boat, but I remember it had a lot of windows and I spent so long on it. In elementary school, I was concerned with the amount of boats I drew sinking. My sister actually, so she works with kids on the spectrum, and so she's always telling me about some like very interesting like special interests and such that some of her kids has. And one of her kids is like completely obsessed with like airplane and ship disasters, like those kinds of like mass casualty events, which is kind of terrifying. But he like drew this completely detailed drawing of the Titanic sinking, and he showed it to her and was telling her like exactly how many people died, exactly how many people were in each class, and like the statistics of all the passengers and stuff, or at least the documented ones and stuff. And this kid's like barely in elementary school, and he has this detailed drawing, and then he like whenever they have like art time or whatever, he's drawing pictures of known airplane crashes with the flight numbers and the number of casualties. And my sister's like, that's very impressive, but very terrifying. I have the ship in a bottle Lego set. Oh yeah, Kai and I actually did that one too. We had it. We did that when we were in college, and except at some point we moved out. We were living with his parents, and it fell off of the cabinet that we kept it on. So all the little blue like water pieces like just ended up everywhere. And up until when we moved out, we were still finding little blue pieces from that ship in a bottle Lego set. But like we were able to put it together mostly again, but we definitely are probably missing some pieces. Now that I think about it, I have no idea where that is. It's probably in a box somewhere. Let's see, what else? It's awesome. I know what you're talking about. Oh, for the yeah, the ship in the bottle. I think that's a good one because it's such a perfect size to like put on like a shelf or like a cabinet or something too. Um, I have Lego Sonic sets. Ooh, I don't think I've seen those sets actually. Oh, maybe I have. I think I can kind of picture the box. That's cool too. I still haven't seen any of the Sonic movies. I keep hearing that they're very good, but I just haven't gotten around to like actually sitting down and watching them. I should. I'll make Kai watch them with me. I have a friend that's on the spectrum who has an interest in diseases in Chernobyl. Oh, interesting. That would be like perfect for going into like chemistry or like studying to be a doctor. I have a photo of a plane that I drew in grade 3 or when you were 13. I see. That's cool. I think something that I used to really enjoy drawing was like buildings and stuff because it was very like symmetrical. What layer do I put that on? Put it here. No, where do I want to put this? I'll put it here. Ads over. If you're Eggs disc. Oh, if you're in Eggs Discord, I can share the photo of the plane drawing. Sure, yeah, I'll take a look at that later. Yeah, sorry, I'm not very good at Discord, so I'm kind of scared of like setting up my own Discord. But maybe one day I'll. Yeah, I am in Eggs Discord though. I've been realizing, so I've been trying to make it a goal of mine to like be more active on Discord, but with that comes the realization that there's a lot of like creators that I've followed on like Twitch for a long time, but I'm actually not part of their Discord. And then I'm like, shoot, I should probably join that now. So then like I just realized the other day that I wasn't in Mary's Discord. And I was like, hold up, I've been following Mary for at least a year now. I watched the entire Titanic movie when I was a kid just to watch the ship sink. I feel like that. I really liked the Titanic movie, but also I feel like as a kid, it was like so traumatizing for me. I was so scared. Like it made me very nervous for like boats and planes and stuff in general. That's okay though. It's the kind of thing that keeps you up at night just wondering like, oh, how would I have reacted in that situation? Yeah. That's the interesting thing about disaster movies. It's like they're so like dreadful, but they also like make you think so much that it's almost like, wow, I wanna see more. Like I almost like that feeling of like the suspense and the tension and stuff. That like secondhand adventure feeling. Okay, I didn't think I wanted that to overlap with the hood, but maybe if it overlaps more. Go like this. Oops. Yeah. But then it's like when crazy things happen in real life, you're just kind of like, oh, I hope no one ends up in those crazy situations. Like, as much as they're exciting in movies, real life is a bit scarier. Like the, whatchamacallit? Like the Sakura-con artist alley fire. Like, I'm very glad that no one got hurt. But, like, I know a lot of people were like, oh, that could have, like, I don't know, people are quick to make jokes about, like, oh, you're about to get compensated so much and stuff and like yada yada, but like people could have really gotten hurt, so I don't know, it's not something I would wish on anyone. You know what was also very funny was I saw multiple people today on Twitter talk about not having toilet paper in public settings. Which, like, the first time I was like, oh yeah, it happens, haha, hee hee haha. But then I was like, man, 2 people experienced this and posted about it on Twitter. Like, what are the odds? It was one of those, it's not much, but it's weird that it happened twice kind of moments. What? Yeah, so it was like I think the first time person was Ray Lu, who was like, oh, I got to work and there was no toilet paper in the bathroom. And then I don't know if any of you follow Arisa. She's an art VTuber too. She also posted about being somewhere. I don't think it was work necessarily, but she was out somewhere and she didn't have toilet paper. Maybe it was work. I don't know if she has a day job actually. But yeah, she was like, oh yeah, I needed toilet paper, and she had to like, she was telling it on her stream earlier how she had to like ask people in the next stall over for toilet paper and stuff. And then it turned out to be someone she recognized from the building or something. But it was just funny that today was just a very no toilet paper day for people, I guess. I worked from home today, so I didn't have to worry about that. I did use a lot of toilet paper because of my allergies though, because the pollen in the air lately has really been kicking my butt. So this morning I was suffering. I took allergy medicine, and then I also used like Flonase, like that nasal spray stuff, because my nose was like hella running. It was really bad. So I had a whole roll of toilet paper just at my desk, which I can do when I work from home. Less so when I am in the office, but yeah, I was not having a good time. So originally I was like very sure that I was gonna stream today, but then by like 10 a.m. I was like, sorry, I got distracted by Kai screaming in the background. Um, yeah, by like 10 a.m. I was like, man, if this isn't let up and like I still can't breathe by the time work ends, like I might just have to skip streaming today. But it cleared up a bit towards the afternoon, so aside from the occasional sniffle, I'm fighting those allergies. These allergies got hand, but I'm fighting. Remember when toilet paper used to be hard to find when the pandemic happened? That was so bizarre. Why toilet paper? Why was toilet paper the thing that people were hoarding? Like, you would think. Hang on, give me a second. Let me close the door. Kai's very excited about something. Okay. What were we talking about? Oh, toilet paper. Yeah, like you would think people would start hoarding like bottled water and like things that you would need for survival, like canned food. Why toilet paper? At that point, buy a bidet. Also, why toilet paper and not paper towels? Like, that was so weird. Like, I remember going to Costco and them putting limits on toilet paper. You know what was really messed up was people who like, bought diapers and then, like, upsold them to mothers during the pandemic. That was, like, next level fucked up. Yeah. I won SAP again, bunnying and swanning. Ooh, congratulations. Very cool. Yeah, the toilet paper thing was wild. I was in my last year of college when the pandemic like hit, when the lockdown was issued and everything everywhere. Um, yeah, I remember it because it was like literally finals week. We were going into finals week, and a lot of professors were still kind of holding out on the hope that we'd be back in person by the time like finals actually came around. And so a lot of professors just weren't giving updates because they're like, oh, we're just gonna assume that we'll be back by the time like finals week is over, and like oh, our final isn't scheduled till Thursday anyway, so probably by Thursday we'll be back to in person. And sure enough, that wasn't the case. I heard Sammy had hamburgers without us today. Not hamburgers. I had chicken sandwiches today though. I had chicken sandwich and some fries, and what else did I have? For lunch, I had some leftover pasta. Yeah, not technically hamburgers though. No, I don't think I want the under lashes. I don't normally draw the line under the eyes, but I figured I'd try it with Gura because a lot of the times her like pupil, I guess, like gets cut off at the bottom. Like it's like flat at the bottom. Chicken sandwich, let's go. Yeah. Hydrate. Thank you for the hydrate, Junior. Everyone else hydrate too. I'm gonna drink water. You guys should drink water too. Water is good for you and it's good for your skin. And yeah. Alright. Let me take that moment to. I'm gonna see if I can restart VTube Studio too and see if that'll work out. Let's give it a try. I just put in Kai's phone password into my phone. That was silly. I used 1234 instead of 4321. Ho. Facts. Yeah. Let's see. How's this working? Let's see, how's VTuber? Oh, it's tracking. Okay. Let's see. We'll switch back to Scuffy Doo, and then if Scuffy Doo stops working after a while, then we'll go back to PNG Doo, who probably deserves a better name than that, but we'll come up with something one day. I cannot find any of my layers. Okay, let's turn this off and this on. Are we working? We tracking? Seems like we're tracking. Alright, let's hope it stays like this. Also, when Sammy hits 100 followers, she's gonna... Nope, I didn't say that. I'm not doing karaoke. I'd need like 10,000 followers before I do karaoke. I'm not a singer. I'm very shy when it comes to singing. The closest I think I would get is like doing a Prosecco stream and then just singing along to some colorful stage stuff. But even then, yeah, I don't know. I can't figure out how to stream it right now, so... Who is that? Vanilla Mochi, hello! Yippee! Thank you for the subscription! Look at those emojis. Look, I actually put an alert for the sub notification, the sub alerts now. Can I play it again? Just for the heck of... Yeah, look at that notification. I animated that real quick. Colorful Stage, Project Sekai, yeah, that one. That's the one. I really like... I play the game a lot. I'm like mildly addicted to it. But I can't figure out a good way to stream it without the audio being all messed up. Yeah, but also, Vanilla Mochi, how you doing? I'm drawing your Oshi. Vanilla Mochi's a big Gooba fan, so yeah. Went into a bit of a spiral after the graduation announcement. Sup, go. Yeah. How are you? Yeah, I feel like this would be such a perfect time to stream it too because of the stamp missions. There's still a couple weeks left of it, and I still need to play like, I think like 40 more shows to finish the last stamp card. So I'm like, if I'm gonna be playing all that anyways, it would be so perfect to stream it. But yeah, I can't figure out how to capture it. Also, because, don't make fun of me, but I play on my phone instead of my iPad. So I'm a dumb player. I'm just used to it at this point. I watched that Project Sekai movie a few days ago. Yeah, same. I saw it on Thursday on the opening night. Yeah. It was cool. I will say the pacing for all the Project Sekai stuff tends to throw me off a bit because it tends to be really dragged out in my opinion. But it was cool, and I really like the music. Like I've been listening to Worlders a lot, which is the one that they play during the end credits. And to put Worlders in Hololive terms, it's like when Hololive first sang Shiny Smiley Story. Like that's what Worlders is. Because they don't have many full cast songs. The first full cast song that Project Sekai had was literally for April Fools, when they did all the like unit crossovers and stuff the first time with that like alt Sekai in school and stuff. And so what was the song called? It was called We Are the Music, or Be the Music. Be the Music was the first all cast song, and everyone was like, why is this making me emotional for an April Fool's song? But it is a really cute song, and it's like I said, the first one that they had the whole cast in. So Worlders is technically only the second full cast song that they have. What's up, my goat? I've been busy, but I miss y'all. Miss you too. Will Gura still sing at the wedding? It's not looking like it, Chief. Maybe you can sing in her place. I watched it blindly. I only watched it because my friends played the game. I'm familiar with the Project Sekai. I never played the game. I did enjoy the movie. Yeah, I like the game. I think I just really enjoy like the rhythm. I enjoy rhythm games. I played D4DJ for a little bit, but I put it down And then recently I was considering starting it back up, but I couldn't access like my old save stuff. So then I kind of lost motivation to do that. Um, but yeah, I kind of just like the music and stuff. Yeah, the end credits was only the second full cast song, and then they did I think after the movie, what happened here? Oh, I see. Um, After the movie came out in Japan, they did do an all cast cover of their first anniversary song, which was really cool. And so I did watch that on their YouTube. That one didn't come up in the movie, but yeah. When DDR, I used to. Was DDR one that you could play on a. Because there's the one that you play on the mat and stuff, but that was also one that you could play with like a controller, right? Because I feel like I remember when I was like really young, my cousins got me into it a little bit at their house. Oh, the tracking's breaking again. Okay, that's okay. We'll just have broken dude today. I'm not on low power mode, am I? No. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is today. It's just bugging. Yeah, whatever. When we hanging out again, busy boy? Whenever you pick me up, big boy. Sammy Do plays Autofi no hints here. When? I don't know what that one is. I'm a bit uncultured. I'm gonna need some explanation on that one. Yeah, I do really want to play Project Sekai on stream because I feel like I'm not like a pro at it, but I do feel like I'm decently alright at it. Like, especially considering I play with my thumbs. I did hop into a stream once where I brought up that I played on my phone, like with my thumbs, and they were like, "Oh, so you probably play on like easy and normal difficulty." And I think at that point I had actually just hit 90 full combos on master. And so I kind of flexed that a little bit. I was worried because right next to where I watched Project Sekai was the Minecraft movie, and I don't know if people were gonna, or I didn't know if people were gonna go crazy when Chicken Jockey plays. That's true. Yeah, I keep hearing Chicken Jockey. You know what's crazy is, and I'm glad my theater wasn't like this, but apparently a lot of people had kind of not so great experiences with the colorful stage movie because some people were getting really rowdy, like when some of the songs were playing, or like there's like that like the post credits after show, which I guess maybe is a little bit more understandable, but even then not really. But people got like really like concert mode for those, and then it was kind of like, don't forget you're in a movie theater, like be respectful to the other people watching the movie. Yeah, but I'm glad our theater wasn't that bad. Like, we had a couple kids in the back who were like shining their phone flashlights at the end, but it wasn't the worst. Is my tracking still being buggy? A little bit. Maybe if I wiggle enough. Yeah, I'll just keep moving. People always underestimate the thumb players. Yeah. I'm a proud thumb player, but I will also say I'm getting to a point where I'm like, maybe I should try playing like on a tablet, like on my iPad, just to see, because I'm sure like for example the pen level ones, those ones you have like specifically say that you have to have more than like at least, or like more than 3 fingers on the screen, which I can't really do if I'm playing with my thumbs. So I'm thinking one day maybe I'll try to play on the iPad just to try some pen level songs, but I don't know. I don't think I'm that skilled. Yeah, let's do it like this. Well, you know what? I forgot that I was kind of considering the idea of animating this, which actually I think this is still doable at this point. Just kind of as long as I draw everything, I think this should be fine. Yeah, okay. We just got the details on the hat are what we need next. Oh yeah, my theater was good and quiet at the end. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, I kept seeing, like, I saw one video of people screaming every time, like, different characters were introduced or, like, even showed up on the screen to the point where you couldn't hear dialogue and stuff. And I was like, dang, I'm glad I got to, like, actually hear everything and, like, not worry about missing out on stuff. Like, I don't know, it seemed like a lot of people were forgetting theater etiquette. Did you get the game code? Because every theater that's playing it's supposed to be giving out codes for the game, but I know some theaters were kind of, I don't know if they were like purposely keeping them from people or if they just kind of forgot about it, but there were a lot of people saying like, oh, my theater didn't have them. And then I was seeing some where like people walk out of the theater and they're like, oh, they didn't care and they gave me the whole stack. And like technically the guy at our theater also was like, oh, you can take as many as you want, but we still only, like, me and Kai just took one each. Um yeah, because I was like, I think the first one already gets you the in-game card, which is the only thing I really cared about anyways. Um so yeah, I wasn't too pressed about it, but they did do it kind of like stamp card like, where it's like, oh, if you see it, if you get like 4 codes, then you get like additional rewards for each additional code that you have. But then it turns into a thing where it's less um like, I don't think people are gonna go see it multiple times for the codes, but they'll start like trading and selling it. I feel like I did get the game code. That's good. I like how it looks like a mini poster. Yeah, they're still on my desk. I don't think the actual thing to redeem it is available yet. They like add it. I don't know when they're gonna add it, but they said they would add it eventually. And then it should just pop up when you log in as like, I think like movie stamp rally or something, stamp event. I can't remember what they named it on the JP server because I only play on the global like EN server, but I assume it'll come up when it comes up. We'll scoosh the teeth over a little bit. Maybe leave it like that. Cool. Line art is pretty much laid out. I've got too many layers going on. I don't think I like the eyebrows though. Maybe if I go a little more angled. Yeah, maybe something like that. And we can like shade in right there later, but for now, that's a decent start. Maybe this side of the eye can come in a little more though. I'm just surprised my movie theaters played anime movies because that rarely happens. I really wanted to see the Spy Family movie, but they didn't have it. Oh, I just got that movie on Blu-ray. Well, that's good. Yeah, our theater does like we saw the Spy Family movie out here, and we also they do like the Ghibli Fest thing. I don't know if I think there's like that national one, but the theaters around here play Ghibli movies over the summer, and so there'll be like a select few who or a select few like movies that they show during the summers, and so they'll have like for a few weeks it'll be like one movie, and then they kind of just rotate through them. I want to see the Miku movie so badly. I would recommend so because I enjoyed it, but I will say it was kind of long because I think the first half, well, I don't know. I think I'm kind of speaking from Kai's perspective a little bit because Kai has played the game but wasn't like super into the game. Although I guess Bacon, did you like it? Because you said you didn't play so much, but I guess if you enjoyed it, it's not like too bad for non-players. Do you think they'll have the Miku movie on Blu-ray? I hope so. It sounded like they intended to have it in some streaming form at least, because like all of the music videos and all of their other cinematics tend to come up on their YouTube. You liked it? Okay, that's good. Yeah, because Vanilla, I know you don't play the game necessarily, so I wasn't sure if it would like be hard to follow if you don't play the game. But they do have on YouTube like introduction, like the kind of base stories for each of the groups. That also kind of helps. But I feel like they built the world like at least good enough for the movie, pretty well. Yeah, like the first half of the movie was a lot of like walking through the universe a little bit. But yeah, I hope they do. Did you like it? I thought it was entertaining for sure. Like I'm glad I saw it. I will say that. But it was a little long for my preference. Like I feel like I might be a little bit nitpicky about pacing too, because the in-game stories for me tend to be really long. Just in my opinion, or like not long, but like I feel like they drag out some of the storytelling just a tad bit. So it felt a little bit like that in the movie too, but like I also was kind of expecting it, so I don't think I was necessarily put off by it. My friend showed me the introduction videos when I said what's Project Sekai. Yeah, they're very handy for like kind of showing the main story of like what happens leading up to like I guess everything. Yeah. I'm also realizing I think the legs should be on their own layer towards the back, because let's group all of this together because we have the floor here. Yeah, which I kind of want to make it like a dock of some sort. Alright. Yeah, and we can color that and it'll make more sense and stuff. Yeah, I am thinking of animating this. Still kind of debating, but also, should I have her off to the side a little bit? Or, I feel like her face should be centered relatively. Maybe somewhere like here. Yeah. I'm gonna go now, but take care, stay safe. You're all very cool and awesome. Thanks for stopping by, Junior. You're also very cool and awesome. You also take care, stay safe, stay hydrated, get lots of rest. Have a good rest of your day. I remember when they had Sanrio characters on the yeah, they had the Sanrio collab. I pulled so much on that gacha. I got a bunch of 3 stars and a bunch of the 2 stars. The 2 stars. I don't think I got a single 4 star. At least not a collab 4 star. No, I don't think I did. Which made me really sad. While watching the movie, I was hearing people crying. I didn't cry, but sorry about the ads. Yeah, I didn't cry, but there were definitely times where I could see it. Like it was a bit not sad. It was a bit touching to see some of the characters, like some of the songs and stuff. I think the big one for me, like I said earlier, was Worlders, because it's like one of the only times you get the whole cast singing. Yeah, like I said before, Worlders is the shine. It felt like what it probably felt like the first time Hololive did Shiny Smiley Story, like everyone singing together for the first time. Because they're all interconnected. Like most of them know each other. I think JP has finally gotten to a point where all of the like trust rank is unlocked, which pretty much is just like between any 2 characters they can build like quote unquote like trust points, which before it was only unlocked as we got to points in the story where like the characters like canonically know each other. But I think most of them have met at this point. There's like 1 or 2. There's a few combinations that still technically haven't happened, but they've gotten close enough where on the JP servers they've unlocked everyone's Kizuna trust rank. Honestly, I might actually take a break too. I feel like I need to stretch my legs. I've been sitting for a minute. Wow, it feels. The first hour felt like it went really slow, and then the last like 20 minutes felt like I was just yapping so much. I think I got too distracted. Mm, yeah, I think maybe I'll take a break. Oh, I did actually. Here, let me see. I was gonna set an animation playing, but I feel like people like seeing Gooba. Okay, so I'll leave Gooba here. And bam! I set. Okay, it's kind of hard to see where it is right now. Maybe I'll go like this, and then just move this a little bit. Where should I put this? Just out of the way. Yeah. Okay. Welcome back from ads. Are we back from ads? Da-da-da. There we go. Okay, welcome back from ads. Ads are wrapping up. Thanks, Sarybot. Okay, yeah. I think this should work. I set up this timer. I hope it works. But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break before we color. But I think we'll at least get some base colors down. And then, yeah, so everyone use the bathroom, get some water, get a snack. I will be back in 10 minutes. And I hope this timer works. Yeah. All right, BRB.
Hello, I'm back. Hello, I'm back.
I'm back. Oh, the music kind of like matched up with that too, but I'm back. Hi, back. I'm Sammy. I made that joke to Eki in her stream. She did not like that. I mean, she liked it, but she didn't actually like it. She ended stream for a second. Not actually. She just went to her ending screen, you know, as a little hee hee ha ha. But Yeah, I'm back. Fed Cassie, went to the bathroom, went on Twitter for a minute. Funny enough, so we were talking about Project Sekai. And so, for those who don't know, the JP server for Project Sekai is like exactly a year ahead of the global servers. So Ian Sekai gets all the like cards and events and stuff a year after JP does. Um, and so there's a new event being announced, and so some of the cards for the next event on JP got leaked. And ooh, I won't describe them too much because technically they are leaks even for JP, but they're very pretty. I like the cards. Um, yeah, I won't say too much. I just think they're nice. But yeah, hang on, let me clean my glasses for a second. There's like fingerprints. Welcome back. Hello, Blanket. Welcome back to you too. Yeah. We'll dive. Let me wipe my glasses, and then we'll dive right into coloring Gooba. Gooby dooby doo. Oh, I kind of in the back of my nose have the urge to sneeze, but it's just kind of way in the back right now. Hello, Bacon. Welcome back. Welcome back to me too, cause I took care of anything I needed to take care of. I think my model's lagging a little bit again, but that is okay. We're just gonna dive right into coloring. And actually, I'm gonna switch to just my regular like default colors. Like I have a Miku palette too. I started working on like Hatsune Miku emotes that I wanted to add to my Ko-fi shop. Um, I only made like one and a half, and then I got distracted by other stuff. But one day I'll come back. Shark bait hoo ha ha. Hello, Eggy. I was just talking about how the other day I made that hi back, I'm Sammy joke. So I just made the same joke at myself when I came back from my break. How are you? Yeah, we're drawing Shork. I might make it move a little bit. I might animate it a tad bit, but haven't quite decided yet. Yeah. I was like, if I'm gonna get other people with the hi Sammy, I'm back, I'm gonna get myself with it too. I said, hi, I'm back, and then I said to myself, hi back, I'm Sammy. Oh, she's a memester, Your Honor. Real. Hope your day's going well. Yeah, we just been chilling and yapping. We were talking about the Project Sekai Miku movie because I saw that on Thursday, and I'm really into the game. Or like I don't know if I would say really into the game, but I do play it a lot. So yeah, we were just kind of chit chatting about that earlier. Yeah, I was worried that it wouldn't be like as entertaining to people who don't play the game, cuz Kai was kind of okay with it, but like wasn't a huge fan of the movie, but Bacon said that he really liked the movie. So I was like, okay. Got lots of mixed feelings about it. Yeah. I feel like everything on my stream is like slightly slower than normal cuz right before I started, Cassie jumped onto my computer. And being the silly kitty cat she is, she turned everything off at 7:30 or 7:29 when I was trying to start stream at 7:30. So yeah, everything's just a little bit laggy, a little bit shifted to the left or something. But yeah, let's see. And then her knees. Although I think I'll put that. Yeah, that's kind of behind the floor, so I'll put that over here. Cat said, "Less stream." Honestly, yeah, she's like, "Less stream, more cat time." Maybe tomorrow instead of streaming, I'll just play with Cassie. I feel like all the streaming stuff is so just dependent on like my mood and like how fast it takes me and Kai to decide what to eat for dinner. But yeah, I am trying to stream at least 2 or 3 times a week because I feel like that's a reasonable amount. But it seems like maybe Cassie disagrees. She's like one stream and then 6 days of playtime. Yeah, probably Did I stream last Wednesday? I can't remember now. I don't think. I can't remember at this point. I was thinking about streaming Wednesday, but I forgot that my work has CPR training. So I have to actually go into the office, and that's kind of a long commute for me, so I probably wouldn't be home till kind of late. But yeah. Yeah, one of my coworkers is remote, and I guess when you do CPR training remotely, apparently they'll just send you the dummy and you just keep it. So he's like, "Yeah, I have a CPR dummy in my house now." One of my other coworkers also has hers from a few years ago when she did it remotely, and she's like, "Yeah, I just use it for Halloween decorations now." PR training step 1, don't get canceled. Oh, you said CPR training. Close enough. PR training probably is important too. I feel like some people in our group could totally use that. Um, we're a group of very socially awkward engineers who sometimes say things that sound kind of weird out of context. Like I feel like sometimes um, I don't know. Maybe it's just awkwardness. Maybe it's not actually like PR related, but I just feel uncomfortable with some of the conversations we have. Not like in a bad way, but it's just like no one seems to know how to talk to each other in our office. I bet you your coworkers use the CPR dolls for kiss practicing. Honestly, some of the guys give off that vibe. Actually, okay, there was one guy who like don't get me wrong, I can be really awkward talking to people, but like he seemed like really uncomfortable talking to people in general. Um, but he actually got fired recently. I won't go into details on that. Also, because some of the details I am not 100% sure on, but there was like work trauma. Not necessarily like super involved with other people, but there was definitely like something not quite right. Um, yeah, I'll just say whatever it is, I'm like 90% sure is related to why our work truck has a giant dent in the side of one of the doors and has been in maintenance for the last several weeks. Corporate tea, yeah. Honestly, I don't even know all the details, but I'm like, I feel like it's not professional of me to ask, like, oh, why did so and so get fired and like what happened to the work truck? Because I will say my office is in a not so great neighborhood, and I know there was something that involved leaving the work truck and expensive things in the work truck out in the open in said not so nice area. But that's about all I know. Oops. Well, I guess we'll just fill that first. Yeah, we'll fix this. Yeah, but maybe I'll never know, or maybe I'll like corner one of my more gossipy coworkers and like see if he knows any details. I know his cubicle was like right next to his, and he came into the office a lot more than I did. I'm gonna be nosy, Sammy. Yeah, like he was nice, but just a little bit. It sounded like the other people in the office didn't like who actually worked a lot closer with him, did not have as great experiences with him. Which I will say, I do have another, I guess, kind of coworker like that. Like he's not in my office. Like we work pretty closely with offices, like kind of all over the country, really. But I think he's still within the same state as me, just like a few hours away. Um, but I don't know. He kind of has like a superiority issue, and other people who have worked with him have also expressed like the same thing. And obviously, he's kind of different in front of like all the supervisors and like the higher ups. So then like none of them really see it. But it was like one time I was in charge of assigning him a task, and then he got really upset with me, but like not for like anything that was my fault. It was more just he didn't understand the task. So he started asking me to explain it, but like he seemed to not really like the idea of having me explain it to him. I don't know if it's like, I don't know why. I don't know if it's because, I don't want to assume it's because I'm a girl, but I will say that's been a not uncommon experience for me in this field. Um, but so he was like, oh, like, what should this whatever task be? And then I got like 2 words into explaining it, and he just like blew up. He was like, ugh, why don't you understand my question? Or like, what don't you understand? Like, I don't care about this or that. Like, I just want to know the answer to this question. And I'm like, well, I'm in the middle of explaining it, and like he didn't really let me get any words out, and he just kept like sighing at me and stuff. And after a while I was like, okay, I don't think you're gonna I don't think you want to, like, subconsciously, I don't think he wanted to actually listen to me. He just wanted an answer as fast as possible with as few words coming out of my mouth as possible. I just want to know why you're such a dick. That's what I felt like. I was like literally, and I'm not a very confrontational person, but like it was getting me really on edge. So I was like, okay, like I was losing my patience, which I don't doesn't tend to happen, but it got to the point where like I have this issue where if I get really angry, I kind of start crying, and I don't think you could hear that I was crying, but I was like, luckily, like it was like a no cameras on, like virtual call. I had like tears running down my face while I was like, okay, please don't talk to me like that, because what the fuck? Um, but yeah, I was like, that was not a fun experience, and it was one of the few times where, like, and I asked one of my other coworkers too if he had ever had issues working with him. He's like, yeah, he can kind of be a dick, like, to work with, anyways. So, but like, I think I explained the situation to him, and I won't go into details because I feel like that gets into like stuff that I'm not supposed to be talking about. But he was like, yeah, definitely like talk to like our boss about it. And I brought it up to him, and he was like, yeah, he shouldn't be talking to you like that. Like he was very mean with his words. Um, but luckily since then, I think probably because of that incident, we haven't been put on the same project in a really long time. But I do still hear people complaining about him, so I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one who doesn't quite enjoy working with him. Sorry that happened, UCM. Yeah, that's okay. Like I said, I think it's probably been like a year now since that happened, and I haven't had to deal with it since. But it is kind of funny now, because now and then I'll hear his name pop up, and it's always in the context of like, oh, has this specific person gotten this task done yet? And it's always like, oh, yeah, no, he is kind of not that great at communicating, so I have no idea what the status of his work is. Um, so it seems like he's still kind of being a pain in people's butts, and it's like kind of just well known, even among the higher ups now, that he's not particularly good at communicating with his peers and such. I don't even remember what I'm coloring. I think I'm working on her hair. Oh. Okay, let me start that over. My bad. Yeah. Anyways. Sorry, that was kind of like not very fun conversation stuff. I have some really cool coworkers too. Like the one that was like kind of standing up for me and like telling me like kind of validating my feelings in that situation. He's super chill. He's in a band and stuff. Um and like he definitely looks like he's in a band too. Like he's got long hair and tattoos and like lots of piercings, which I only bring up because like that's kind of like it sounds very stereotypical, but on the other hand, um the office that we work at is like kind of stereotypically like businessy. Like everyone walks in wearing like suits and like collared shirts and stuff. And then he shows up in like a sweatshirt and like really baggy clothes and stuff. Cause we're all really chill about it. We're like, whatever. It's only like 4 of us in our team. Um, but we have like key cards and stuff to get into the elevators, and he literally told me one time that the security guy stopped him to make sure he actually was supposed to be there. um and yeah, my coworker was like, yeah, I'm like pretty sure security thought I was a homeless guy who snuck into the building. um and I don't think he looks homeless. He just definitely doesn't quite fit the general vibe of the other people in the office, which honestly I feel like I don't exactly either. Like I don't dress completely casually, but I'm not like super duper dressed up when I go to work either. Yeah, it was a really funny story. And low key, he kind of, I won't say he acts like a homeless guy, but he does sometimes. And he's told me this. He was like, yeah, sometimes for my lunch break, um, I'll just take my sweater and make it into a pillow, and I'll just take a nap under my desk, because his cubicle is like in this like corner towards the back of like our space, so no one like walks by his space ever. So he'll just curl up and like hide under his desk so that no one comes looking for him, and he'll just nap under his desk. And I'm like, that's crazy, but like, good for you. Yeah, I think recently though he's been driving into the office instead of taking the train, so now he can just kind of go sleep in his car. But he's a funny guy. He's really chill. He's also got very chronically online humor like me, so we kind of spitball like memes and stuff at each other. Things that other like older folks in the office probably wouldn't understand. Fun stuff though. I feel like the sweater color is a little bit off here, but no, I'll try to change it now. I was gonna say I'll change it later, but then I changed my mind. Let's see. That's a little better. Yeah. Alright, got that. Okay, and then I'll use the same color for like her hair. She's kind of got like two shades of hair, or of blue in her hair. Let's see, it's kind of like, well, it kind of cuts across that whole segment, almost. Let's see, something like that, I think. I know it doesn't have to be exact, but we'll try anyways. Or should I just... Could do something like this and then just... How does this look? Or maybe if I do that with a bigger brush, this feels like too much blue here though. Did I miss any news? All the news about your coworkers? Honestly, it's a lot of stuff that I think you already have heard before. I won't name names, but I think you can probably think of some names. But obviously I'm not going to say any names on stream because that would not be very cash money. But yeah, same old stuff. Got some cool coworkers and I've got some less cool coworkers. But mostly all right. Yeah, my boss was actually out all of last week, which made my work week pretty chill. But then I was expecting him to be back today. I think all of us were expecting him to be back today, because we were all kind of low on work by the end of last week. But then I guess his kids got sick, so then he was actually out again, and so all of us were kind of like, what do we work on today then? Because a lot of stuff needs to be like approved by him because he's kind of the main like he's like the engineer on record on most of the whatchamacallit projects that we're working on right now. So yeah, everything kind of needs to go by him even if we do like technically finish the work. So that's kind of yeah, we're a little bit, just a tad bit bottlenecked in that sense. But the hard stuff for those are pretty much done, so that's good. Give me your salary. You make more than me. You make 2 times what I do for nothing. Oh, you're talking about the project managers or the engineers? Oh, I missed a message. Oh yeah, did I tell you my senior engineer verbalized today? It's a good thing you're here, Kai. Otherwise, I wouldn't know what's going on. Okay, I was confused. I thought you were talking to me. I was like, I do not make 2 times your salary. But yes, I agree. Your senior engineer is very out of it for someone in his position. I do not envy you, but that does remind me a lot of my last job, which was also kind of like one of the engineers I was working for, he had this like what do you call it? This meeting that he had to be at every month where it was a workload meeting for one of our clients where we kind of guesstimate like everyone's like projected workload for the month, as the name sounds. And he was never prepared for those, so he put me in charge of like preparing his documents and his like spreadsheets and stuff. I made a really nice fancy spreadsheet for him to keep track of all the projected workload of all the engineers. And so every time he had his meeting, it would like he would forget about it till the day of, but I would already have made all his documents for it, so he just needs to take them and show up to the meeting for it. And it turned out he really did not like, he took all that for granted because he never asked me to do it. After a while I just did it, but then he started kind of like acting like I didn't do anything around the office. So then one time I was like, okay, if he's not gonna ask me to do that particular task, I'm not gonna do it. And he showed up one day to his meeting. He's like, oh, did you prepare this like the spreadsheet for this month? And I was like, nope, you didn't ask me to, so I didn't do it. And he was like, oh darn, I'll just use last month's spreadsheet. And then he got like screwed over. And I was like, well, if you're gonna go around telling people that I'm like bored at my desk and like not very motivated, then like why am I gonna do your work and cover your ass for you? So yeah, just stuff like that. I don't know if I like what I did with her hair here. Maybe if I keep going it'll be okay, but let me just start this over. I feel like I was busy yapping, so I didn't quite focus on what I was doing. Yeah, that dude had an ego too. Yeah, I love that eggy emote, the twerky emote. Also, my model broke, so I'm just stuck with this open mouth look, but that's okay. I love that one. Yappy doo, yeah. Yappy doo is distracted doo. Oh look, my model just randomly decided to catch up on all that. She's bogging, Your Honor. Oh my gosh, I'm bugging out. If I just keep shaking my head. There we go. I might have to commission you for one of those emotes, Eggy. I really like it. It's a goated emote. Scuffy doo. Scuffy doo cheese. I actually didn't do it myself, but if you want the artist, let me know and I'll DM you. Ooh, maybe. I will, yeah. I think I would be interested. It is a very fun emote. It's so multi like purpose, very functional. Like I feel like you can just randomly throw it out and people will just vibe with it. I like it. It's my greatest stream investment to date. Yeah, I believe it. I feel like I use it all the time, or at least when I like have a sub. Bing chillin', my dude. Kai's a bully. I know, right? I'm pretty sure he came in here when I was taking that break and was impersonating me. I went to feed the cat and I heard him talking in here, and I can only assume it was into my stream. Oh, that's your LeBron quote, right? I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. Earlier I got a sheep and I gave it some honey, not IRL. Like in Minecraft? Wait, can you do that to Minecraft sheep? Wow, my model's bugging. Maybe I should just switch back to the PNG. Oh, hello, Kai. Yeah, well...
沉迷，你不让
What?
沉迷，你不让
I know that was from that LeBron video, and I still don't feel like I fully understand.
I'm gooning to LeBron.
Okay. Totally normal
I'm
things.
sorry, you said pronounce.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of that, your cousin messaged me with a copycat reel of I'm gooning to LeBron in Chinese. So I told him, you will be seeing the LeBron Canvasser Barbie at White Elephant. I don't care if it's $75 MSRP.
LeBron... What?
There's a LeBron Barbie.
A LeBron Barbie.
There's a
LeBarbie?
LeBarbie. Fudge!
I beat you to it.
But there's a LeBron Canvasser.
Oh,
Barbie.
oh, you did send me that actually. It's like a Ken doll, but it's LeBron James. Eggy sent lots of question marks. Yeah, sometimes Kai just gets really excited and pops in here and just starts yapping. He's a big fan of LeBron. Actually,
Okay,
more so his cousins are fans of LeBron.
I'm a Curry guy.
He's a Curry guy.
Steph, no one shoots the ball like he does. But LeBron,
is
boo,
an
boo, boo,
old-
boo. Got that Rolling Stone with the rollie on. Oh.
Go on.
I'm talking about the man on the Lakers, LeBron James.
He
Sorry.
says he's not a fan of LeBron, and all he talks about is LeBron.
Sorry, I'll let you go back to your regularly scheduled programming. I'm
Thank
gonna get you
you.
some extra water.
Oh, thank you.
I am not
Is that
pregnant
because-
with triplets. Excuse me?
Have you heard Kai's pregnant with triplets? Am I gonna have to help raise these triplets?
I'm not gonna lie though, after Hot Pot yesterday, I kind of felt like it.
That's fair. You were sweating after Hot Pot yesterday.
I thought of
Yeah, this.
LeBron James.
And he claims he doesn't like LeBron James. Congratulations. How did Blanket find out about Kai's kids before I did? I live with the man. Yeah, we had Hot Pot yesterday, and it was, it's kind of cool. It's like Chipotle for Hot Pot. Like, it's single serving Hot Pot, and you just go down the line, except you like grab your own like toppings and stuff, and then they like charge you by weight. And then I'm like, wow, this is really Value Town, because when I get actually how much I get, you're laughing at me for saying Value Town, but you're the reason I say Value
I'm
Town.
laughing because it really is.
It is Value
Like,
Town.
it's crazy.
It's very yeah, because when I get how much I actually eat, and like I finished the bowl and I was like really full, like kind of the same as when I get all you can eat Hot Pot, and it was only like $12 because I only had like I think 0.8 pounds of toppings, which, like, I don't know, I think the hardest part was like the first time you go, you kind of have no sense of how much you're gonna eat if you've only done like all you can eat Hot Pot, which was kind of the case for me. But then I was like, wow, I actually don't eat as much as I think I do. Like, when you put just one serving of Hot Pot in a bowl, I don't know, I was surprised. I have hiccups. I'm struggling so much with the blue on her hair.
I think it's good. Well,
Yeah, I've also restarted it like 4 times,
yeah,
so.
I also don't see the vision. I mean, I see the vision, but my vision is blurred compared to yours, which is ironic.
Because my vision sucks? Yeah, that is pretty ironic. Sammy's pregnant with the
No. Who said that? I know who said that. Refuse.
What does that mean? With the couple? The couple?
As in, like, Deca? Like, 10?
Oh, the couplets? Like that? That's a lot. I don't think I would survive that. Like John and Kate plus 8, I don't think I would survive that.
I know someone named John.
You do know someone named John.
Um,
I feel like a lot of
what's his
people
name?
know
John
people
Smith.
named-
Wait, no.
What?
James Smith?
What?
No.
Who are you thinking
Shannon
of?
Sharp.
Who?
I don't.
Kai's confusing me. Blanket also confuses me. I'm so confused that my model's broken again. I also just realized I never finished coloring in the hair. You must be really bored if you're hanging out in here while I'm streaming. Not that I don't appreciate your company, but it's very rare to see you in here when I'm doing this.
Question.
Yes. Sammy, what's your favorite cupcake type? I don't know. I feel like I had a lot of like red velvet cupcakes when I was like younger because one of my friends really liked baking, and so she always made red velvet cupcakes. My model is so broken. I'm just gonna switch to the PNG. Hang on. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like chocolate's always safe. But I also feel like recently I've been less into chocolate cakey things. Where's my... Here, we're switching. There we go. We're switching back to this. My model, Scuffy Doo, is too scuffed today. Kai got no friends? Dang, Viet said...
Who the...
Viet said Kai's got no friends. What are you gonna do about that?
Are you a family-friendly streamer?
Only when you're not around, because then you come in and make it very much not friends.
No. I know I can be.
I don't know.
I can be.
I like to think I'm relatively okay, but also I know I tend to swear a lot too, so I'm gonna say no.
No?
How unfamily friendly are you trying to go right now?
This mother...
Go for it. Say it. Let it out. You don't have to. You seem like you don't want to anymore.
No, I'm a good boy.
You are... You know, I don't think I'm gonna say that to you. I think that might get a little bit weird. I have some overlapping stuff here. This layer. I'll be your friend, Kai.
It's 9:37. Everyone did in the Discord.
It's 9:37. Dang, when did it get so late? Is that why you're here? Everyone's gone from Discord?
Oh no, I was like the first one to leave.
Oh, I see. So you're the trendsetter. You left and then everyone else followed.
I mean, I'm the glue.
The glue?
Right?
Yeah.
Once I stick to everyone...
Uh-huh. Go on.
Wow, that sounds terrible.
It does sound terrible. I thought that was intentional. Here, let me put the little white part on Gura's sleeve. I'll erase some of it after, so we've got this. And then... Let's clear that. Oh, actually, well, I guess it's still like all the way at the bottom. Okay. Here, I'll do a separate layer for it. Wait, Sammy, Star Trek or Star Wars? I'm not gonna lie, I have not seen Star Trek. I know a little bit about Star Trek, but I've only ever really watched Star Wars. And even then, like, I feel like I could definitely use a rewatch of Star Wars. But yeah, for that reason, I'm gonna say Star Wars. But I don't think, like, if we're really asking like strong opinions, I would say I'm a little I'm not unbiased, and because I haven't seen Star Trek. That was a lot of double negatives. I am biased because I have not seen Star Trek, but maybe I should watch it and then I'll get back to you. This is make or break? Oh, good choice. She's more into Sammy Wars. Yeah, the internal like war inside my brain. Sammy Wars. Hi, Kai. You haven't seen Star Trek either, have you?
Nope. My uncle has, but he's also watched Alchemy.
Kai's uncle, we found out, is like actually quite into anime, which was really surprising because he's a very like, I don't know, he gives the vibe of like a traditional Vietnamese man.
Whoa, don't dox around Vietnamese.
You have Vietnamese as like the first word on your bio, I'm like 90% sure.
But I speak more Cantonese than I do Vietnamese.
Then why does your bio say Viet/en?
Chun mi, late Bulang.
Wow, you must that's flawless Chinese. Sorry, you said Cantonese. That's flawless Cantonese. As somewhat of a Cantonese speaker myself, can confirm that was fluent. You deep in thought it. Hey, don't say that. That's not nice.
You lay Bulang. What's the lay part mean? It's
well,
like
okay. I mean, obviously it depends on tone. Some Cantonese speaker use lay as like you, but technically speaking, that's like quote unquote like lazy tone, but it is the more common pronunciation. Like, so my family says nay, so like a lot of the N sounds at the beginning of words get turned into L sounds. There's probably a more proper name for the dialect difference. But my family has always called it like the lazy pronunciation because it goes from nay to lay, and like I'm blanking on other examples, but yeah. Can y'all speak Russian? I don't speak Russian, but I'm always down to learn. Star Wars has Lego sets. Yeah, there's like the Death Star one, which for a while I think was one of the bigger ones before like the Titanic set came out. We were talking about Legos earlier actually. I think, was it Bacon who said that he also had the ship in a bottle that we had?
Oh.
Yeah, so I thought that was cool. Or someone, I think it was Bacon. What were you saying? And also, why was your shirt coming off?
What? It's hot.
You walked over with your like shirt halfway off, and then you put it back on.
I was thinking about bra.
Stare. Oh, Lee's staring. Lee's
What?
staring. Respectfully, I hope. Oh, you had the Lee had the ship in a bottle. I think Bacon said that he recognized it when Lee said he had it. It's cold for me. Yeah, I think you mentioned that earlier that it was cold. Oh, look, a Psyduck emote. I like it. It's like a Psyduck like side eye. Wait, where's Viet Beast? He would love that one. That's
Viet
a good
Beast
one.
is gonna go drop a sub.
I know. He
Offspring,
literally
drop a
just
sub.
used his. No, actually, no, that was Vanilla. Psyduck, yeah! I don't know how to. Well, yeah. That's such a good emo. Oh my gosh. Psyduck's about to go find that streamer right now just to sub to him to have that emote. I totally understand if you disappear for that. Let's see. I'll put it on this layer. Let's turn this back on. You've got a lot of good emotes, Lee.
These young men don't speak for me.
Ah, Kai's quoting Hamilton again. How funny is it that when I'm using the model, Kai doesn't come in, but when I'm using the PNG that reacts specifically to sound, he comes in, so then all the sound comes out of my mouth. I bet he does that on purpose. He's quite literally putting words into my mouth. Oh my gosh. Hashtag toxic. Cause you know that you're toxic. Oh, Snapchat memories reminded me of something the other day. I think it was like maybe 2 years ago now. There was one time it was our old apartment, and I think I was working from home. I was like just kind of sitting in the living room working, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get a bowl of cereal. And Kai goes, oh, don't worry about it, I got it. And he goes to the kitchen, he comes back, and he put the cereal in a big metal mixing bowl, and instead of a spoon, he gave me a plastic ladle. And that's how I ate my cereal that day. But I took a picture of it. I sent it to some friends on Snapchat. So Snapchat reminded me of that. That time that Kai got me cereal in a mixing bowl with a ladle. Yummy it was. Oh, you know what else that reminded me of though? That time you had that, was it the frozen durian or the like packaged like durian, some durian thing. And he put it in the fridge, and then our milk tasted like durian. Like everything in the fridge had durian taste, and Kai loves durian. I'm not a fan of durian. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't like it enough to like, yeah, it was, the milk tasted like durian, and I tried to eat cereal and the milk made the cereal taste like durian, and it was nasty. My dad's sandwich is Marmite, butter, and cheese and a baguette. Eats that every day. There was a period in high school where I ate the same like pesto and ham sandwich every single day. Like I would just toast up some bread because I'd be like really tired in the morning. I toast up some bread, use like the pesto from the jar, like Costco or whatever, and throw some like sandwich meat on it and eat that. And that was before I realized that I'm supposed to not eat pistachios and stuff. Which I feel like, is pistachio the one that used in pesto? I can't remember. But I literally was eating pesto like every single day for like a decent amount of high school. And it wasn't until my most recent allergic reaction that I was told like, oh yeah, you're allergic to both cashews and pistachios because they're the same nut family. And I was like, you know, that explains some of the allergic reactions I've had. But I also definitely have eaten like pistachio stuff and been okay. But I don't know. But it's good to know because, yeah, after my last one, I'm like, I don't really want to take chances anymore. Not that I was taking like that many crazy chances before, but it didn't used to feel like it was like life-threatening if I had cashews. Like it definitely would be inconvenient, but yeah, last time was not so fun. You know what was funny though, which I know Kai kind of hates me telling this story, but when the allergic reaction started, like I took Benadryl because most of the time Benadryl was like good enough for me. And then I was trying to lighten the mood because Kai was really stressed. So I was like, here, let me let me play dead. And so I made him take a picture of me laying on the floor to go like send to his sister because we like to prank her like that. And then about 10 minutes later, I was like, you know what? I actually don't feel so hot. And then we decided to go to the ER just in case. So yeah, but so in hindsight, like it ended up okay, so it was fine. But yeah, I feel kind of bad because Kai was probably traumatized, probably more traumatized than me from that experience. But you know, I lived, bitch. Yeah, I made it out all right. I'm looking at this now, and her tail is actually kind of also on the tealer side too. Not like fully teal, but slightly more that way. Teeny tiny difference, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll probably just finish her hair like streakies another time. I feel like I'm too immersed in the yapping today to focus on it. I feel like there was a lot more to talk about today. Especially with that whole Twitter thing blowing up. Man, I felt like I had so much to get off my chest because I was like, oh my gosh, some people are like really passionate about this meme I made. Or not about the meme, but like I guess the topic of like communicating like commission expectations. What you doing this weekend? That's a good question. What's on my calendar actually? I'm meeting up with my family on Saturday. We're gonna do a big ol' family lunch. Just cause. I think other than that, I think Kai and I have to lock in on wedding planning because we actually have another meeting, like a planning meeting with our venue in a few weeks. So we have to kind of lock in on that. Exciting and scary. Oh, I did also sign up for like hair and makeup trials for like bridal hair and bridal makeup, which is kind of scary because I don't do much makeup usually, and my hair is like notoriously messy. Like the reason this little sprout exists on my head is because my hair is just like that. Like literally since I was born, I've had hair that sticks up at the top of my head. And it doesn't always stick up, but it sticks up a lot. Like my dad literally talks about how when I was born, one of the doctors looked at me and was like, "Oh, you better be a girl so that we can put a cute bow in that hair." And that's the story my dad always tells. So that's why I've got all the floofies on my hair. It looks cuter when I draw it, but in real life it looks like I'm contacting aliens with my hair. Oh yeah, that reminded me about things that brain can you not? I'm curious, but you don't have to share if you don't want to. Sam Alien do? Yeah. When I used to do more field work, that also was kind of a thing that used to come up was it looked like we were contacting aliens with some of the equipment that we were using. Because you have like these big old rods and stuff that we use to kind of locate like points and elevations and like GPS in certain survey benchmarks and such. But it looks like we're contacting aliens because it's basically a big old stick with a little like hub at the end of it. And we're like, not quite. We are the device does communicate with satellites, but not like satellites that would communicate to aliens. Just satellites that tell you where you are in the world. Uh-oh, ad jail. Sorry for those in ad jail. Okay, I am gonna probably change the color of some of these, but I kind of just want to get the locations of the blue streakies first. I said I would do this later, but then I came back around and did it right now anyways. Which works for me. You know, I expected this graduation for a really long time, but at the same time it kind of feels unreal that she's actually graduating now. A person I care about a lot could have been not here when I met them for a couple of reasons, but I'm gonna try not to think about that too much. Yeah, think about something else. We can talk about is Kai singing Hamilton out there? I don't know, I heard something. Oh, my sis. So my two of my siblings are at in college in New York, and one of them is a freshman, so he's on a dining plan, and the other one is part of a program that basically TLDR, like you get free like university meal swipes now and then if people like have extras or like donate them or whatever. So she'll like check her balance now and then, and sometimes she'll just have like one or two random meal swipes available to her, and she's like, oh cool, I can like go to the dining hall and get like a free meal basically. And she checked today, and for some reason she has 117 meal swipes on her card, and she's like, I don't know where this came from, but now I have enough like for like pretty much I have enough to keep me fed for the rest of the semester pretty much. And I thought it was so funny because my brother, who's like actually on a dining plan, now has like half the amount of meal swipes that my sister does, just from like the carryover like program. So I thought that was really funny. Like even her one of her friends, she's an RA, so she kind of, I think she gets like other benefits from like a similar program too. And she's like, dang, you have more than me now. Or like I think maybe being an RA means that she also just gets a meal plan associated with her like contract or something like that. But yeah, we thought that was really funny. Their graduation's also like around the corner, so I'm like, man, you better hurry up and use those. These are all connected, so the coloring I'm not worried about, but I think maybe this hair I'll make a little bit longer because it looks like that side actually is longer than this other one. So like, let's use this. Curves too much, maybe. I was originally like planning on animating this, but I'm not sure if I actually will. Still a possibility. We'll see. Okay. I also missed a spot on the hat. Pat for everyone who wants pats. Thanks for the pats, Junior. You can have a pat too. Pat. Oh wait, I forgot. I got a gift sub for Eggy's channel, so I think I did. Let's see. I have that emote too. Pat. Ta-da! Pats for everyone. This side. I feel like that's a reasonable amount of blue. And just erase the little parts that bled over. Okay. So a couple things. One is that this like lighter blue color. Maybe I'll use this. Here, I'll do some parts that are like definitely lighter, and then kind of go like this maybe. Yeah. Almost feel like, oh yeah, maybe that color is better. Okay, I like that. Iggy's got such fun emotes. Alright. Got that. Maybe I'll even bring it in this way a little bit. it's 10 o'clock already. No, I'll keep these solid colors, I think. Does that have... I'll find another reference. I'm not sure if any of her back hair also has blue streaks. But this is a good start. I think I'll do a little bit of like the kind of skin color over it a little bit on the bangs. Okay, we can pick up from the eyes next time, I think. I think this is a reasonable time to take a break, or not take a break, to end stream for the day. Let's see, who is... maybe we'll just end today. Should we raid someone? I don't know. Take care, stay safe then. Same to everyone else. Thank you, thank you. Oh, Nightbot. How? What a coinkadoink. Yeah, I don't know. Are we feeling like a raid today? There's a few like slightly bigger creators that are live. I'm a little bit shy about rating them. I haven't actually watched their streams in a while, but she's doing art. Let me see. Let me also make sure she's not ending. Designing some stuff. Sure, let's raid Bun Me. So fun thing about Bun Me, so I haven't watched her in a long time, but long ago when I first started following her, one time I was watching like multiple streams. I think I was watching Kai's stream on one tab and her stream on another, and I accidentally sent something that I meant to send to Kai into her chat, and I was really embarrassed, and it wasn't really that big of a deal, but I was really embarrassed, and I didn't come back to her stream for a really long time because I kept thinking about it. But yeah, sure, let's raid. Okay, let me send some raid. Let's see if I know how to type. Alright. Cool. Okay, let's start raid. Okay. Have a good... Oh wait, hang on. Okay, I think I might have broken the raid button again. I did this last time. Okay, never mind. We're not gonna raid anyone because I'm pretty sure this kind of messes things up. Because sometimes... Wait. Okay, maybe it is still there. Did I come at the tail end? Oh, hello. Yeah, I am about to end. But, oh, thank you for the follow. Is that Joshua? Like Joshua? Like Joshua? Welcome in. Yeah, I am ending right now, but I will probably continue this most likely tomorrow. You're good. I'll follow and check you out next time. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll probably stream tomorrow, probably sometime around 6 or 7 Pacific time. Yeah, we'll probably go like that. Yeah, I think I broke my raid button. Oh, what did I just move? Okay, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and end for today, but I hope you have a good rest of your day or night or whatever. Yeah, we'll continue working on Gura next time, but thank you for hanging out. Thank you for resubscribing Vanilla Mochi. Thank you Lee and Junior and Viet Beast and Bacon and whoever else. I cannot remember for the life of me. Thank you Kai for coming in and interrupting. Thank you Eggy for stopping by. Yeah, we had a lot of people stop by today, but I'll see you guys next time. Good night.